Hello, hope I'm doing well, and it's a new month, so that means new extreme challenge mode. This time we have Katsuragi, incarnation of Capricorn. This one took longer than expected in terms of time it took me to actually clear it, as in from when it was available to now. I thought it'd be really easy because it's a aircraft carrier. And in terms of time to actually complete the map, you can see my time is not very good, but I did it. So I want to talk about it and give you guys some pointers if you haven't done so already. I wasn't able to auto this. I had to manual it, but the strategy should be good. Worked for me. So for her first skill, Ever Changing Light, at the start of the battle, gains a unique status called Morning Star's Light. While in this status, she has her damage reduced by 80%, so she becomes very tanky. And she also has 5 rotating shields while this effect is active that can block 70 non-volley shells. I'm not sure what they mean by non-volley, as in non-battleship shells, but I did not do this boss fight using battleships. I couldn't get it to work. When any shield is destroyed, there's 5 shields. Each can block up to 70. You only need to break one. She gains the effect Darkness of Dawn. And while in this status, increase her damage dealt up to 60%, the lower her HP is. And if she takes more than 30% of her HP, this ship regains Light of Dawn status. So pretty much you take out her shields, you knock her down to 70, she gets her shields back, and it kind of repeats. Knock her down to 40, get her shield back, knock her down to 10, get her shield back, kill her. You have to repeat that. So what I ended up doing was using destroyer guns that shoot very fast, but also shoot multiple shells. Ones I use shoot 4 shells. There's some that shoot 6, so just be aware of that. You have other options. The ones I used are not very newbie friendly or resource friendly. So for a second skill, Domain of the Stars, activates one of the following effects based on her active status, so dawn or dusk. While the Morning Star's Light recovers 1% of her HP every second, which is a ton of healing. So that's why you want the really fast destroyer guns to break those shields again. So hopefully she doesn't heal more than like 10 health bars. So if you can't get it below like 10 health bars healed or 10 seconds to break the shields, then you'll probably struggle with this. Or when she has Light of Dawn, this is no shields, your fleet loses 1% of its max HP every 20 seconds, which can be annoying. So if you draw this out, she will start whittling you down. I was having issues because I was trying to auto it, and she was whittling down with this, and eventually I'd get to the very end, get her down to like 15 health bars, and then I'd lose my most of my vanguard, and I'd time out. This the key is breaking those shields as soon as possible. So let me show you this squad that was able to break those shields and take her out. So here it is. I cannot get away from my carrier squad, but they're reliable, so keep using them. And there's a new addition here that I hadn't used before this, and that's why she's kind of under leveled and her skills are not very high, but she's doing the job well enough, so she works good enough. For the back line, we'll start with Haku. So Haku, pretty standard layout average usually, running double dive bombers because he's really strong with them. Down right for armor break. Don't have to run these because I think there's some that are better for medium than this. I also have a fighter on her as opposed to a torpedo bomber. Now I'm running this fighter because when I was trying to auto it, her timing just got way off with implacable, and so I just could not reliably hit those torpedoes. So I on that. I switched to this because this fighter is really good for medium armor. So it's just good damage. And with this, she has I think it's every 20 seconds she fires a barrage, as opposed to when she fires her plane, she fires a barrage. So that worked out. I probably could swap back to a torpedo bomber now that I'm doing it manually, but this is how I got it to work, so I don't want to mess with it too much. She has Steam Catapult, just for the stat buff, and she has a piece of gear, Action Report Operation AF. I believe this ran right before the New Jersey and New Jersey rerun, Silver Archive, yeah. And while this is equipped, the ship does 6% more damage to Soccer Empire enemies. Doesn't stack. So that's just nice damage, and it turns out it worked out. You know, buffing her up. And for all my carriers, I have the hunting bow because, as you'll see at the end when I go look at the damage report, they will be shooting down a lot of planes. So you'll be able to activate that. Implacable, she slows. She got a torpedo bomber on her. Double fighters, once again, really good. And then Shinano, I did run a torpedo bomber on her. I ran this one because it does good damage, and you don't have to have as many hit as opposed to Ryusei, where it's less per torpedo bomber. It's 3 versus 2, same armor modifier, but I can't reliably get all 3 to hit, so just gonna go with the 2. That way, if only one hits, then it's more damage for the Silent Kai. Played around with this one, just wasn't working out too well. So yeah, converging torpedo bomber is always good. And once again, the PR4 fighter. And because I only have 2 of those Operation AFs, I put them on Haku and Black Bull, and then it worked. Sirius, here for Marcus Sirius. Buffs aviation and hit rate. Well, not hit rate because it didn't work because we're not finding a DDC or CA. But this destroyer gun, very, very good. Expensive to make. It's in the Gear Lab. But it's got very, very fast rate of fire. And it fires 4 as opposed to like 2 or 1. I tried messing with the CL guns. You see that one's still in Hona. And I even tried to get kind of silly. As you can see, I have 4 of these now. And run a bunch of these bad boys on my destroyers and light cruisers. And I threw Guam in there for a little bit with this as her secondary. And it was not really cutting it. So I got swapped out. As for alternatives for this, you've got the Tashkent gun. I don't remember exactly where you get this one. You have that. There you go. This gun, I believe this is a Sardinia gun. Yeah, I don't remember where it's from either. Or sorry about that. I know this one is from PR5. Is the Harbin gun. This Dragon Emperor. So obviously not as fast, probably about twice as slow, but fires 6 as opposed to 4. I didn't really mess with it, so I'm just showing you what I got to work with. I think this is 5. Okay, might not be a bad option for this one. You can farm this in some of the War Archive stages. I believe it's Skybound. Skybound or Iris of Light and Dark. One of those 2, you can farm it there. I think Universe and Unison also drops it. So you got some options for getting that one. I think this Gear Lab gun is also for. They just look. Do you have for DD guns that shoot multiple shells at once? This is probably actually a good option because it's just the downgrade version of this. You have to use one of these to make this, so that could be an option for you. But try and run DD guns over CL guns just because the faster rate of fire. And then I have the Gold Burn from the Gridman collab event and the rerun, so I have 2 of them. But buffs reload by 38, that's pretty good. If you don't have that, you can always run an autoloader. So they give a plus. They're the same, but no HP buff, and they give a firepower buff. Okay, so yeah, autoloader, perfectly fine alternative. And then for repair toolkit, I just felt like Sirius was getting kind of bonked a little too much. Having issues with their stay alive. Torpedoes, I just do mag torps on her. Just so hopefully they hit. I'm not worried about them hitting too much. My front line doing damage is not what I'm really concerned about. And the Boffer Stag, just so I want her to hit a little more. Now, for the sleeper unit of this comp, Tashkent Muse. I had her at like level 32 when I was looking through the skills from ships to use for this. And I noticed Beckoning of Ice fires a special barrage and spawns Neznika. Nezhinka. One of those. A summon that fights for 50 seconds. It depends on what level it is. And inflicts a 5% aircraft damage taking buff to enemies that it hits 10 times. This debuff does not appear to expire. So, you just get the hit off. And congratulations, you now have 5% extra more damage on whatever enemy it is. So for bosses, quite good. It worked out really well because I just was not doing enough damage. This helped out a lot. And I think Shesnaya also Shiznika her summon also hits the shield, so it kind of helps a little bit with knocking out the shields. But other than that, not really worried about her other skills. Extra firepower for the battle because it's only the first battle. Whatever. And this gun again, but good. Gold burn. Da da da. Autoloader. Kazugumo, air raid support. There you go. And she can also heal carriers, but not really worried about that. They were not getting knocked down at all. And the gun, really good. Agtorp, just because I had them. And I have her on the outside, so I gave her Repair Toolkit as well. And I just gave all of them the slash attack augment gears just because I want them to clear the screen a bit. Now, as for submarines, you've probably seen me use this quite a bit. Kavala just heals and makes her submarines take less damage. Not too concerned about that. She does extra damage to enemy CVs, so perfect for this. That's why I'm using this comp for the most part. I believe Albacore and Kabbalah both do more. Maybe just Albacore. Maybe all three do extra CVs. Or maybe Archerfish is more to heavies. But Albacore also more damage to CVs. And then Archerfish is more of a buffer for this fleet. So we're not facing heavy armor. I believe Katsuragi is medium. But she also buffs the crit damage and torpedo and accuracy of all your own submarines. So there you go. Nice bit of buffs. Yeah, so no CV buff for her. That's fine. So yeah, that was the team. Worked out. The cats, I just have whoever I have with Flame's Aggression on them. I think both of these do. That's why I have Steel up here and not a subfleet. But the subfleet also has one cat with Flame's Aggression on it, I believe. I don't think this Bishamaro has it. Oh, she does. What? That's okay. Pretty good. Just be aware your submarine cat's buffs only apply while the subs are on the screen. So yeah, that's the team. Let's get into the run. Now the reason why I autoed this as opposed to manual, or the reason why I manual mode this as opposed to auto, is that my destroyers and my vanguard kept sliding too far back, and so they were out of range of their guns to actually hit Katsuragi's shields and break them. I think that was a lot of my issues with auto mode, was just I couldn't get the shells to hit. So pretty much just dodging stuff now. While wait for the shields to come back up. Waiting for the planes to load. I know in a previous attempt I had them offset my timing. My mouse to click those surface torps. That was kind of awkward. But there we go. Planes, 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 trains, and automobiles. That good stuff. It was going to be long as hell. I did not realize I was jabbering for so long about my fleet comp. I think they're good. I can't even auto it in, like 2 minutes or whatever people are doing. Kids these days. But if it works, it works. There's Haku's periodic barrage. Hopefully this knocks her down. There we go. Okay. Stay close to her. To actually shoot the shells and they don't pass by her. I don't know why I fired the torpedoes there, but I did. There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, only 8 health bars. A little under 8. You can see Haku's being very slow with those double Tenrai. So that is a major downside of the Tenrai, it's just they are very slow. So the argument for the Suisse is very real. But I like having the funny planes and the funny dragon boat. Hey, if you don't run the Tenrais, then there's not really use for the flying flapjack because you have to slow Implacable down or Arc Royal down. Actually, I don't think Arc Royal can use fighters. She's Dive Bomber, Devil Torpedo. It's interesting. Come on, Haku. There we go. Thank you. Almost to the second time she's gonna pop the shields up. For a second healing batch. Start with the shields. Maybe third shields. Ow, I ran right into those torpedo bombers. Go, okay, it's back. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. A little longer than I wanted. Should be good though. We're dealing more than 10 health bars a minute, so we're on good track. Now, also on this one, you want to be doing a little more than 10 health bars a minute, because she heals. I'm not a huge fan of this boss fight overall. It just feels like a suckier version of the first Extreme Challenge mode with Washington, South Dakota. Where you just have to time things and kill both of them at the same time. You know, different challenge is good. It's just sometimes these feel like it's just straight damage check. Okay. How leveled are you? But it's nice to have something a little bit different from the old challenge mode where it's just, okay, what preloads do you have? Do you have Perseus? Do you have Aquila? Do you have Chisei Asagawa or Richelieu? Jean Bart? Getting pretty close to... Actually, any of the French ones for the preload. Oh, okay. That's a whoopsie on my part. I guess it was not 30 was the threshold. But I overshot with Implacable there. My planes are off. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Okay, that was not what I wanted to do. Sorry, Shinano. I messed up your planes. Things are all funky now. Funky Town. Not being as cautious dodging as I should be. Probably gonna hurt me. I'm not sure if Shinano has either lapped Haku or what's going on with the loading. They've changed order. Maybe it's just because they got offset. I don't know. Yeah, probably just their offset. Those nice screen clears from using the planes. This might be a worse time than what was displayed on the screen. That's fine, as long as it still works. Yeah, we're just gonna start using the planes when they're ready. Oh no! Oh no! The shield's procced. Shit. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. You can see me frantically smashing the button. Okay, Kazugumo. Kazugumo, come on. Be a hero. Save me from looking too silly. Come on, Shinano. Oh, this is gonna be a nail biter. Okay, and Blackpool did it. That was not good. That was not good at all. I think I always do worse on these when I record them on LD player as opposed to actually in-game playing on a phone. So like you see, there was a lot of planes being summoned, and Blackpool took down 489, Haku 397, Shinano 53, then less. But Blackpool almost doing 2 million damage. Haku not far behind. Yeah, those AF reports are really good. And then the submarines, meh. A little more than... No, not a little more than Tashkent. That is not enough digits. Well, that wasn't a great run, but hopefully you found this useful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.